Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out why my microphone isn't quite working. This is very unhappy. Okay. All right. Looks like it's working. Sorry about that, everybody. As I was saying, I am Marius Historicus, your local time loss history lecturer, and today we are going to be playing a new game, at least for me. This is a game called Last Train Home. It is a real-time strategy survival game focusing on the story of the Czechoslovak Legion, which was a fighting unit on both the eastern and western fronts of World War I, composed of primarily Czech soldiers and expatriates who were fighting for a free Czechoslovakia. Slovakians did also make up part of the unit, varying in size from 7% to 16%, depending on the exact company and front that the formation was on. There were technically three different elements of the Czechoslovak Legion. The first one was actually on the Western Front, when it was a company-sized element aligned with the French army, primarily made up of Czechs. And by the time of the 1917-1918 period, there was a large enough force that the Czechoslovak Legion was formally instituted in aligned to the Imperial Russian Army and later the White Russians at roughly regimental size. They are the best known element of the Legion, and they are actually the ones that this story focuses upon, their journey home along the Trans-Siberian Railway and hopefully to safety. And last, there was a company-sized element that actually fought on the Italian front of all places. From what I've been able to find very briefly, that also had the highest percentage of Slovakians. Roughly 17% of the formation was Slovakian. Now, as time went on, especially on the Eastern fronts, the Legion's ranks included Austro-Hungarian prisoners of war who were from the areas and were either coerced or volunteered to fight for the Legion. And it is kind of interesting, right? Because this is a army that was, well, not an army, but it was a unit that was essentially fighting to establish a homeland for themselves. And when the war ended, they were really at loose ends because the Austro-Hungarian Empire had kind of ceased to be, but they themselves were stranded very far away because they had been caught up in the aftermath of the Bolshevik Revolution. So while they were simply fighting to survive, all the other participants in the Russian Civil War either wanted to use them for their own purposes or to eliminate them because they were seen as a counter-reactionary movement, which, that's incredibly unfortunate. So we will get into that just in kind of more general terms. I'm trying to shift my streaming schedule around a little bit. I've noticed that starting at 2 p.m. CST doesn't really get a whole lot of viewers. So just trying to maneuver around and see what time works best. In a couple weeks, I fully anticipate, due to my job, that I'm going to be down to 1 or 2 streams a week, just because I want to make sure that there's enough stuff going on, or rather, I can cover down on all the things that need to be covered down on. And part of that is getting my house set up. We got the last of our stuff this week, including all of my boomsticks, which I am very happy to finally have. Gonna need a lot of preventative maintenance, 10 to 11 care to get those back into safe firing condition, but I am very happy to have those back. So again, I have never played this game before, so I have zero idea what the intro is going to look like, but we are going to start that up as soon as we can. Let me just actually get to it really quick. We are going to launch it out of Steam. We are going to actually get the window up. Right, where is it? I don't need all of those Spotify widgets. let's see now. Let's try this again. Here we go. It says train. Ah, okay. So a little small, so we're going to fix that. Also, it would help if I was down in the appropriate corner, right? I go, get myself a little smaller so you can see everything. All right, perfect. So actually, let me just double check and make sure that the desktop audio works. All right, looks like it is working. Let's see. So, yep, we're going to go with English. Immersive voiceover provides an authentic battlefield experience mixing Czech, Slovak, and Russian. We're going to do immersive because that's always fun. Yes, we want subtitles. Brightness, motion blur. We're going to auto detect. Oh, goodness gracious. What the hell does that mean? You know what? We're going to keep this at medium right now. What I've also learned is that I do not have the best Wi-Fi in the world. I am getting a Wi-Fi extender, so that will help. Unfortunately, Live Outlet is pretty much at the exact far end of my house, so wonderful. Alright, watch the picture.
Velká válka skončila. Jediné, co chceme, je vrátit se domů. Do nové republiky, která se zrodila v srdci Evropy. Jenže trčíme tady, protože sílící občanská válka blokuje přímou cestu na západ. Jediná cesta ven vede na východ přes území, o které bojuje Rudá a Bílá armáda. Musíme přejet Sibiř v obrněném vlaku a pak bezpečně doplout domů lodí. Je to naše jediná šance, jak tuto dlouhou cestu přežít. Možná to bude náš poslední vlak domů.
So that is, in Katlanger's words, you know, the name of the game, right? You're just trying to get home. So we're going to get master volume down to about 60%. Yeah, we're going to get speech there. Yeah, because if that controls everything, we'll be okay. Yes, we do want that. We do want audio in the background. Graphics. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to keep it medium for now. Oof, wow, it automatically begins on commander difficulty. Alright, let's see. So, road trip, those who want to focus on the story, combat and train management difficulty reduced, tactician, option most confident in their ability to command troops in battle, but uncertain of organizing day-to-day lives, ration food, being quartermaster. You run the train and not the combat. And commander is, hey, you're doing this, right? So we have some management modifiers. So, train damage, damage received, damage dealt, information sharing distance, loud noise range, proximity awareness, down state. What's this? When their health drops to 0, they enter down state. Down soldiers unable to do anything and will die without medical treatment. Wow. This can get real interesting. But anyways, so down soldier behavior, right? Okay, so we're going to keep this on as it is right now. Text language, audio language is going to be immersive. So we are not hiding the dead bodies, right? This is combat, stuff happens. But no, let's get this show on the road. Yep, so we kind of did all of this. So low morale, game over. Interesting. That might be complicated. But no, so I've never played this game. It is going to be really interesting to see how this works.
Během Velké války, které se později začalo říkat První světová válka, měla Československá legie za úkol bojovat jménem Ruska výměnou za podporu nezávislé Československé republiky. Válka si však vyžádala nesmírné ztráty na životech a hospodářský kolaps v Rusku, což zažehlo revoluci, která sesadila cara a přerostla v krvavou občanskou válku. Bolševici založili Rudou armádu, aby upevnili moc a vládu nad sjednoceným Ruskem, zatímco Bílá armáda vznikla proto, aby se Rudým postavila. Československá legie byla nyní ve velmi ošemetné pozici. Ozbrojená jednotka v cizí zemi, bez jasné příslušnosti k Rudým či Bílým. Západní hranice Ruska navíc stále ovládaly mocnosti, které založení Československa bránily. Československá prozatímní vláda proto legionářům nařídila, aby zůstali neutrální a vydali se na východ do Vladivostoku, kde se měli nalodit a plout zpátky do Evropy. Během evakuace přes transsibirskou magistrálu se však legie zapletla do ozbrojených střetů, které měly dopad na běh ruské občanské války. Nyní nás čeká příběh hry Last Train Home, fiktivního díla inspirovaného zápisky geniálního člena Československé legie a opravdového historického pramene. Příběh začíná u ambiciózního kapitána pod vedením majora Gazdíka, který vede poslední jednotku československých legionářů, která jede obrněným vlakem do Vladivostoku.
So there are a couple interesting things that were mentioned in this voiceover, right? The first is that the provisional government orders them to go east to Vladivostok and board ship. That might sound counterintuitive, but if you are unable to get through the primarily red Russian lines, there's also a very nasty 3 or 4-sided civil war going on in Ukraine between various Ukrainian anarchist, Republican, and communist movements, plus the Red Army, of course. You can't get there. So, as people in some parts of the United States say, you can't get there from here, right? So what they do is go east to Vladivostok. That sounds strange, but Vladivostok was actually the center of an American and Japanese expeditionary force meant to intervene and observe in the Russian Civil War. As history proves, obviously, the Red Army won the Russian Civil War, and the USSR fully came into being by the early 1920s. At the time, however, there was a substantial American component, later called the Siberian Expedition, as well as the Imperial Japanese who, striking out from Manchuria, saw this as a way to secure their northern border and prevent after effects from really negatively impacting their new areas both in China and their broader empire across much of northern Asia at the time. And the historian also mentioned, hey, this is one of the last units to try to get to Vladivostok via train. So quite literally, last train home, like, that's truth. You are the rear guard. You are the last element that is coming in. So the pressure is on you constantly to not succumb to the pressure of war, keeping the morale of your crew up. Like, there's a lot of pressure on you, either to have you stop or to get you there. So this is going to be very interesting. Some basic Russian artillery right there.
Hlavu hore, kapitán. Treba skontrolovať vlak a môžeme vyraziť. Počul som, ako sa chválite, že budete lepší major ako ja. Nuž, uvidíme, ako vám pôjde velenie. Vezmite si čatu a vyrazte obchodovať s miestnym mlynárom, zatiaľ čo zvyšok legionárov bude strážiť vlak.
Oh, goodness. We're already off to a great start. Hey, I heard that you said you'd be a better commander than me. Oh, crap. So we got a few different people here, right? So what do we got, right? We have oh, how does the camera control work? Well, I guess we're gonna learn, right? So we have a soldier,
Ano,
a sniper, it looks like,
počúvam.
a machine gunner,
Jsem připravena.
and a medic. Okay. Interesting.
Poslouchám. Připraven, pane.
So we're gonna
Postarám
get
se
him
o
over.
to. Schovám
Alright, so
se.
we got... Oh, that's not good. Alright, so we have unit selection, groups, okay. Control the camera using the keyboard. Right? Okay, how do we do that? WASD, and we rotate the camera using Q and E. Right, so they're all set up here.
Už jdu.
So let's just do a quick look at our guys, right? So
Zde.
Bedřich has what looks like the Moznagat 1891, so their standard 3-line infantry rifle.
Vaše rozkazy, pane?
Maximilian has a scoped rifle of some sort, can't quite tell.
Vaše rozkazy, pane?
Antonin Kuda, interestingly, has what appears to be a choke shot rifle. That's an interesting choice. I'd have to do some research into seeing how the heck they got choke shots, a French light machine gun, all the way into Russia.
Jsem připravena.
And finally, Magdalena has a pistol.
Čekám.
Right, so because I can see something burning up ahead, we're gonna put these guys into silent mode right now.
Ano, pane.
We're actually gonna infiltrate them.
Hledám kryt.
Cítím dym. To nie je dobré.
Rychle! Už nic nemám. Postarám se o to.
We're actually going to move them over here. Try and get... Oh, interesting. So it actually does have a better fog of war effect than I thought. That's really interesting.
Ano, pane. Jdu do krytu.
Plyny jsou zničené. Našťastie to vyzerá, že tu nebol nikto, kto by sa mohol zraniť. Unáhľajte sa a pozbierajte vrecia so zásobami potravín skôr, než tiež zhoria.
Okay.
Jdu do krytu. Povídejte. Podíváme se, co je uvnitř.
Počúvam. Vaše rozkazy, pane? Poslouchám, pane. Už jdu. Postarám se o to, pane.
Vojna sa skončila, blíži sa zima. Kto so zdravým rozumom by podpálil mlyn? Musíme sa porozprávať s mlynárom. Statok nie je ďaleko. Poďme.
Alright, so we're gonna go to the farmhouse. So we're gonna
Hledám kryt.
get everyone squared up again. Alright, so it says wandering around will kind of yield results, right? I'm gonna see if we can maybe drop these
Samozřejmě.
supplies back off at the train first.
Jsem připravena. Ano?
Alright, doesn't look like there's an option, so they basically put it in their rucksack and off they go.
Už jdu.
We're gonna have them go over here really quick. Because then they say that we can find more crap. That's probably gonna help us out a little bit.
Rozumím. Ano, pane.
We're gonna get them inside. We're gonna sweep up back here.
Postarám se o to. Už jdu. Zaujímám pozici.
Yeah, because it's not saying to pick up more. So I think
Dobře,
that's
jdu tam.
probably an indication that we have everything we need. Yeah. So. We're gonna explore
Rozumím.
a little bit more down this road.
Jdu do krytu. Už nic nemám.
Yeah, it looks like there's something back
Dobře,
there.
jdu tam. Ano, pane. Rozumím.
Looks like a small path right there.
Zaujímám pozici.
We're gonna keep moving through these woods though. So I have an option.
Dobře, tu tam.
Yep. Alright, so woods here.
Hledám kryt.
Oh, shoot. Alright, starting to get more information. Ooh, that is suddenly super choppy. I know.
Zaujímám pozici.
Nope. I found something.
Rozumím. Měním pozici. Rozkazy. Rozumím.
Oh man, this has suddenly started
Čekám.
lagging really bad for some reason.
Ano, pane.
Alright, it seems to have fixed itself.
Dobře, tu tam.
So I don't know what that was about.
Rozumím.
Actually,
Už jdu.
get him back here. Oh, got more stuff.
Hledám kryt.
And again, if the game is telling me to loot,
Rozumím.
I'm gonna go loot.
Postarám se o to.
And again,
Dobře,
this
tu tam.
one of the sad things about civil wars, right? Like everything becomes so much harder for everybody. Like
Postarám se o to.
there's really no winner in a civil war. Because for the most part, you're just trying to survive yourself. You don't care about the greater political question unless it intrudes upon you.
Hledám kryt.
So it wants us to go up here towards the farmhouse, I think. However, I am very cautious, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. It looks like we have a fair amount of food, we found fuel, we found cloth. So yeah, that's the railroad. That's the mill that we were just at.
Dobře, tu tam.
Oh, found something else. It's the edge of the playable area. Okay. We're gonna
Rozumím.
take the food because I don't think anyone else is able to use it right now. Ooh, what is that?
Už nic nemám. Jdu do krytu.
Okay.
Měním pozici.
Myslíte, že je to mlynářův dům?
Ak je tam niekto nažive, je našou povinnosťou pokúsiť sa mu pomôcť.
Pozici.
Gate of Truth. Ominous.
Postarám se o to.
Niekto tam leží.
Dobře, jdu tam. Přišli jste zabít i mě?
Nie, pani. Sme československí legionári na ceste do Vladivostoku. Chceli sme nakúpiť zásoby vo vašom mlyne, ale keď sme prišli, bol v plameňoch. Kto to urobil?
Bolševici. Dožadovali se, abychom jim předali zásoby na zimu jménem Lenina. Můj syn odmítl. Musíme živit rodinu, říkal. A tak ho zabili. A děti taky. Ty vojáci jste všichni stejní. Umíte jenom zabíjet. Jděte pryč a nechte mě umřít v pokoji.
Jestli bolševici chtěli jídlo, proč nechali ty pytle schořet spolu s mlýnem?
O jedlo vôbec nešlo. Tak to dopadá, keď odmietnete spolupracovať s Červenou armádou. Červení, ktorí zapálili túto farmu, sa nesmú dozvedieť, že sme tu. Ale nesmieme riskovať vlak. Nájdite si dobré miesto a preskúmajte kolaje pred nami. Ak je tam nejaký problém, aspoň budeme pripravení.
Už jdu.
Right? So that's extremely unfortunate for her.
Rozumím.
But we do know now, well, rather, we know now that the Bolshevik Red Army is in the vicinity. So that's pretty important for us in terms of just figuring out what is what and who is who.
Ano, pane.
So we're going to keep scouting, and we're going to try and see if we can do something a little different. Or rather, if we can find more supplies and learn maybe just a little bit of if there's an opposition force up ahead somewhere.
Měním pozici.
Ano. Vaše rozkazy, pane? Ano.
So it doesn't look like anything else.
Zaujímám pozici.
Čekám. Už jdu. Rozkazy?
Oh. Yes,
Hledám kryt.
but now we're gonna basically be going from cover to cover. Because again, now we know.
Rozumím.
Alright, sending our medic out first.
Jdu do krytu. Zaujímám pozici.
We're gonna go ahead and just clear back here
Ano,
as well.
pane. Dobře, jdu tam.
Alright, looks like that's kind of the end of the line for us.
Rozumím.
Okay. So there's nothing there.
Jdu do krytu.
Let's go up here.
Hledám kryt.
Okay. Get to the vantage point, which looks like it's right there. That's start of a church graveyard, looks like. Okay.
Zaujímám pozici.
The high ground is probably occupied.
Pošlite niekoho s ďalekohľadom na tamten okraj. Prieskumníka. Hneď, kapitán.
Připravenější už nebudu. Hledám kryt. Zde.
Povídejte.
Hej! To červený zabili rodinu tej mlynárky a všetko spálili. Zaslúžia si smrť.
Pohovoják. Červená armáda sa bude zodpovedať za zločiny proti svojim krajanom. Ale nie nám. Stále sme na ruskom území a čaká nás dlhá cesta domov. Nechceme si robiť nepriateľov.
Nemluvě o tom, že diplomatické incidenty by mohly ohrozit naši novou republiku.
Dosť rečí. Naspäť do vlaku. Možno cestou nájdeme ďalšie zásoby.
Yep. So that would have been them because they passed here. But there's no
Čekám.
reason for us to get
Měním
anything.
pozici.
We will, however, take another look around.
Zaujímám pozici.
Yep. Finding a little bit more each time.
Postarám se o to. Jdu do krytu. Postarám se o to. Hledám kryt. Zaujímám pozici.
That
Měním
kinda looks
pozici.
like the limit of advance for us.
Ano. Připravenější už nebudu. Měním pozici.
So we're gonna move up through the woods here. Let's see if we can find anything else. That is all tree and scrubland. Okay.
Zaujímám pozici.
Looks like another compound up ahead. So we're gonna take a quick look at that. Yep.
Jdu do krytu.
Ooh. Big payoff.
Hledám kryt. Ano, pane. Ano, pane.
Ooh. I don't know what that was. That was a lot though. So let's see what we got, right? Explore locations fully so you can find plenty of useful resources such as fuel, metal, cloth, other items can be scattered throughout the mission, grenades, medical kits, ammo, etc. Items looted during mission are stored in the shared stash. Capacity is not limited in any way. You can check loot in the top screen during tactical view. Press spacebar. 170 rifle ammo. Good. Machine gun, handgun, cloth, fuel, and food. Okay.
Měním pozici.
Is that actually?
Dle rozkazu.
Let's see if there's anything else. And then we can find back here. Alright, doesn't look like it.
Zaujímám pozici.
Again, we're going to take this a little slowly to ensure that we don't accidentally
Jdu do
shoot ourselves in
krytu.
the foot. They didn't really explore this church area. They might have something up here.
Už jdu.
I think we can get rid of silent mode because we know that this area's been cleared.
Zaujímám pozici.
Yeah.
Už jdu.
So let's get back to the train.
Naši vojaci už dlho nevideli žiadnu akciu. Čo keby sme si urobili strelecké cvičenie so strašiakmi?
Okay.
Útočím.
To nie sú strašiaky. To sú vypchaté čarodejnice.
Pozor na Babu Jagu, matku všech čarodejnic.
Menej rečí, viac strieľania.
Oh, are there more scarecrows?
Moudrá volba.
Ah, there they are.
Ano, pane. Jdu do útoku.
And I guess the last one.
Rozumím.
Seems a little strange.
Dle rozkazu.
Tu máš, Baba Jaga.
Take that, Baba Yaga. Good lord.
Hledám kryt.
Alright, let's get to the exit area and see what we're at.
My legionári nikde nikoho nenecháme. Priveďte sem celú čatu, než dáte rozkaz na odchod.
Alright, 4 out of 4. So we are leaving. So victory. Your brave and resilient soldiers successfully completed all the main objectives. The mission was to trade for some food with the locals, but we found the mill burning and the miller and his family dead. We spotted the Red Squad responsible for the crime, but Major Gezdik, again, if there are any Czechoslovaks who will watch this eventually, or Czechs or Slovakians who watch this, I am so sorry, I cannot pronounce foreign names very well. Gezdik chose to avoid confrontation. We tried and succeeded. So, looks like we have some experience gain, right? This, see beyond, can't handle the truth. Time to go, and practice makes perfect. 500 combat role experience. Okay, looks like... So, the journey begins. As you and the others board the train, empty-handed, a discussion ensues about the recent events. Some feel enraged, some uneasy. You are lost in thought about the experience of being in command. Major Gazdi grabs you by the shoulder, snapping you out of it. You did well, Captain, but you should stop bragging and start playing the role you hoped for. Today, you learned the bread and butter of commanding. Things never go the way you imagine. Maximilian dropped. We shouldn't have just let the Reds leave. They should pay for their actions, killing people, stealing, and destroying food. Magdalena Zemeka, the medic. Our provisional government said we should avoid conflicts. We cannot go around passing sentences as we see fit. We need to follow orders. The situation was affected because Maximilian Drapp has trait intelligence. Oh god. Look what they do to their own people. What do you imagine will do to us when we actually face them, considering we are a sizable military force in their country while civil war is brewing? So, we have to be neutral, we are soldiers, and we need to follow orders. Think about the consequences if we caught them red-handed as they kill civilians. Ooh. So they'd be thrilled to see us there. I bet they'd tell everyone how Czechoslovak legionaries shot an honest miller and his family, burned the mill, and left the food to be destroyed. That's true, the Bolsheviks actually would do that. So I proceed to Moscow then as planned, or are we expecting trouble? We'll go to Moscow to pick up my future advisor, Captain Langer. He is currently working to negotiate our safe passage to Vladivostok. Let's hope the negotiations will bear fruit. Indeed, speaking of fruit, since we didn't manage to replenish our supplies, we'll stop at the next station to do so. Dismissed. So, the journey begins. Go to Tukanichi to get more supplies for the long journey. Okay, I guess we're going. So it says that they went to a POI. Okay. So I don't quite know. Alright, so we have actually quite a bit of them right now. So we only have a few combat soldiers. machine gunner, rifleman, and scouts. Yeah, and a grenadier. We'll figure out this later. Okay. Alright, so there's something about this whole thing. So, a fateful encounter. The train stopped several dozen meters before the station. There's another train blocking your path. And as you and the outside of the train, you were greeted with grave silence and a few rifles aimed in your direction from near the station. Towards you, a tall Red Army officer is walking, accompanied by 2 soldiers. Greetings, legionaries. My name is Adam Morozov. Who's in command of your units? Major Gazdik steps off the train and shakes Morozov's hand firmly. You glimpse his other hand resting on the hilt of his trench knife, a sure sign he smells trouble, and you know he is rarely wrong. Major Otakar Gazdik, I'm in command of this train. To what do I owe the pleasure, General? Morozov betrays a look of mixed amusement and satisfaction, evidently unsure if the Major has recognized his rank insignia on his uniform, or through his reputation as a hero of the Great War. Mere coincidence. I was visiting family nearby. Nonetheless, our encounter is most fortunate, as I have a proposition, one of mutual interest. What do you want, Morozov? Do tell. I'm all yours. Indeed, that should be, my friend, because it's in my power to ensure your safe passage through Russia. That is what you want, is it not? All you need to do is hand over your weapons. Oh. Oh, I see how it is now. Oh, crap, just day. Give up our weapons? To you? I don't think so. You'll probably use them to shoot us and then burn the entire station to the ground. You're not the first legionnaires to pass through here. Your country may hand over the weapons without incident. For your soldiers' sake, do as I ask, or you will regret it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm sure you intend to let us be on our merry way, completely unscathed, with a full belly and a happy heart. I've said my piece, General. Start shooting and get out of our way. It's your choice. Morozov stares silently at Gazdik. A few legionnaires shift uneasily and unsling their rifles, which until now have been shouldered despite the obvious threat. Then Morozov slowly raises his hands and smiles. There is no hint of deception in his expression. He seems at ease, almost pleased. I appreciate your candor, Major. I think we both know where we stand. Until we meet again. With a polite nod, Morozov turns away, followed by his soldiers. He boards the Red's train and departs. Everyone's a bit rattled. The departure of the train reveals the situation. Well, reveals the station. There, a disaster. Oh, great. They burned and looted for all their shit. Alright. So, we have our artillery strike. Recommended squad size 5. Good idea. We have 23 stamina. Shouldn't be too hard. New soldier, experience, fuel, club, and food. Okay. Let's give it a shot.
Čo je zlé? Je tu príliš ticho. Vyrazte, ale majte oči aj uši na stopkách.
All right.
Zaujímám pozici.
Yeah, I don't like this either. Go here.
Měním pozici. Hledám kryt. Jdu do krytu.
Červení nechali pár dědinčanů nažive. Myslím, že potřebují pomoc.
Rozumím. Čekám. Čekám. Je to jen škrábnutí.
Zde.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Zaujímám pozici. Sme československí legionári na cestě do Vladivostoku. Môžete nám povedať, čo sa tu stalo?
Rudá armáda si přišla pro rekruty a zásoby. Řekli jsme jim, ať jdou pryč, ale oni se jen smáli a sebrali nám všechno, co chtěli. Každého, kdo se jim postavil, zabili. Viděli jsme nákladáky plné dělostřelecké munice, jak jedou k řece. Bydlí tam moje sestra. Jsem strachy bez sebe. Pomozte mi, prosím.
Prišli sme nakúpiť zásoby. Nie sa zapliesť do ruských záležitostí. Ale červení na nás zaútočili už skôr a očividne tu nechystajú nič dobré. Vlak prostě nemôžeme riskovať. Takže musíme ísť zistiť, čo sa tu deje.
Vyzerá to, že ten most sabotovali. Budeme ho musieť opraviť, aby sme sa dostali ďalej.
Nástroje a materiály najdete v nedalekém táboře. Přímo tamhle.
Jsem připravena. Rozumím.
Не знаю как, но надо что-то делать.
Povídejte.
All right, so we might be able to actually keep her with us.
Jdu do krytu. Jsem připravena. Povídejte. Zaujímám pozici. Postarám se o to.
So we're gonna search through here first, see if we find anything.
Zaujímám pozici.
Alright. Doesn't look like any resources here.
Měním pozici. Nepřítel. Rozumím. Jdu do krytu. Nebude to čekat.
Здесь никого. Очень странно.
Já se o to postarám.
Hej, оружие, свою!
Tenhle je můj! Zaujímám pozici.
Vypadá to, že jsme v suchu.
Už jdu.
Alright, so we took a couple hits.
Ano? Je to jen škrábnutí. Rozkazy? Budeš žít. Jsem připravena. Rozkazy?
Aha. Počúvam. To je lepšia možnosť. Áno.
Okay. Now we're starting to get the hang of this.
Kryjem sa.
It doesn't look like any other supplies around here.
To je lepšia možnosť. Áno. Zaujímam pozíciu. Kryjem sa.
Some cover is better than no cover.
Hľadám kryt. Som na ceste. To je lepšia možnosť. Áno.
Nepřítel podle všeho zaujímá dobrou obranou pozici v plném krytu. Bez dlouhého dostřelu či granátů budeme muset na jejich pozici vtrhnout.
Idem na pozíciu.
Připravenější už nebudu.
This enemy's in our cover. Use the rifleman's bayonet charge.
Čekám na rozkazy. Připraven, pane.
Jdeme!
Čekám.
Já praveru. Stěz vrak! Suda!
A všude klid.
Jdu do krytu.
Got him.
Rozkazy?
Zde.
That was actually really cool. Let's see. It doesn't look like any more supplies.
To je lepší možnost. Ano.
Tady se to rudými jen hemží. Asi by bylo dobré zůstat v utajení co možná nejdéle. Hlavně nikdo nesmí omylem vystřelit. Střelba není zrovna nenápadná.
Jdu do krytu.
silent mode conserves it. Conserves ammo. Alright.
Hledám kryt.
Attack while undetected to perform a silent kill.
Vidím nepřítele!
Vpřed! Pane? Připraven, pane. Jdu do útoku.
I might have to come back to that one.
Myslím, že to byl poslední.
Ano, pane. To je lepší možnost. Ano.
Rozkladám.
Čekám na rozkazy. Zaujímám pozici.
Povídejte. Jdu do krytu.
Vaše rozkazy, paně. Ako rozkážete, paně?
Zde. Hledám kryt.
Ano. Hledám kryt. Tuto pôjde. Áno. Zaujímam pozíciu. Rozkladám.
Ano?
Ano. Hledám kryt.
Povídejte. Zaujímám pozici. Čekám.
We're gonna try this. We're gonna try being a little fancy right now. Oh, right in front. Ah, come on, that's bad.
Měním pozici. Ano?
We're gonna stop being in silent mode. We're gonna see what happens.
Dobre. Keď teraz máme tú hnusnú vec za sebou, pozrieme sa, aká zlá je situácia.
Nechajte to na mňa.
Rozkazy? Povídejte.
Našla jsem opravářskou sadu. Teď máme, co potřebujeme k opravě mostu.
Ano? Ano.
Pokud je tady nějaká vyhlídková věž, měli bychom ji obsadit, abychom měli lepší přehled o okolí.
Čekám na rozkazy. Poslouchám.
Okay. Get to the watchtower and establish control. So how do we do that? First of all,
Jdu do krytu.
We're gonna go silent again. Because I don't know, we might find something better.
Rozumím.
So we're gonna take a quick peek. Looks clear from my perspective.
Jdu do krytu.
So we're gonna go back up through the rocks. We're gonna see what we can find. I can't get up there.
Hledám kryt.
Oh, that's a compound. We don't need to go there yet.
Zaujímám pozici. Už jdu. Hned tam budu.
Yep, a little bit of a Legion flag right there. And we're gonna go back.
To sú určite tie nákladiaky, ktoré prevážajú delostreleckou muníciu. Musíme ich zastaviť.
Neexistuje nič, čo by nezastavil granát.
Hlavně nesmíme být moc blízko výbuchu.
Som tu. Áno.
Right. Can't.
Vaše rozkazy?
But we can just toss it. Alright. That should work for one grenade.
Odistiť! Zahodiť!
Bingo.
Áno, pane.
Ten most vyzerá ako dokonalé miesto na prepadnutie. Ďalej by sme mali pokračovať až potom, čo zistíme, čo by nás mohlo čakať na druhej strane. Nemá niekto ďalekohľad?
Yep. My scout.
Připraven. Ano?
If what you don't know can kill you, absolutely it will.
Povídejte. Jdu do krytu.
So we're gonna get back here.
Áno.
Both of them are gonna go in silent mode.
Jsem připravena. Zaujímám pozici.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Jdu do krytu.
Alright, looks like we can't actually get into the barricade.
Měním pozici. Měním pozici.
Připraven. Zaujímám pozici.
Poslouchám. Hledám kryt.
Čekám. Postarám se o to.
Pripravený. Áno, pane.
Ano.
Podívám se. Vidím nepřítele.
Vědí, že jsme tady. Přijdou si pro nás. Připravíme ten kulomet a dáme jim co proto.
Rozkazy?
Pripravený.
Kryjem se. Připraven, pane. Jdu do krytu. Ano. Zaujímam pozíciu.
Rozkazy. Hledám kryt. Áno.
Ano?
Hľadám kryt.
Tu sú! Bráňte sa!
Nepřítele.
Tuto pôjde.
Tu sú! Bráňte sa!
Zameriavam!
Rozkazy, pane.
Ostatní nejsou tak hloupí, aby proti nám šli poté, co viděli, jak to jejich kámoši koupili na mostě.
Takže povoláme delostrelecký útok a postaráme sa, aby tí hajzli zaplatili za svoje zločiny.
Little too long. Oh, bingo.
Aha, ako to búcha.
Prišli sme si pre zásoby na cestu. Vezmeme ich a vypadneme odtiaľto.
Tie zásoby sa mi veľmi brať nechce. Červení ich určite ukradli tým dedinčanom.
Vesničané jsou mrtví. A jestli se nepohneme, budeme mrtví i my.
Jdu do krytu. Rozkazy, pane.
Počúvam. Áno, pane.
Ako rozkážete, pane.
To je lepšia možnosť, áno.
Tak ja to vypáčim.
Jasná vec. To je uhlie. Skvelé. Palivo je tá najcennejšia surovina na našej ceste.
Nie je naša najcennejšia surovina jedlo?
Ovšem, v dalším depu bychom si měli koupit lokomotivu, která jezdí na borůvky. A možná bychom mohli pálit borůvky, abychom se ve vlaku přes Sibiř zahřáli.
Kryjem sa. Látky môžeme použiť na uniformy a deky. Pôjdeme do srdca Sibíry a...
Zima se blíží.
Pokračujte.
Ako rozkážete, pane. Ako rozkážete, pane.
To je lepšia možnosť, áno. Áno.
Snáď to bude stáť za to.
Hľadám kryt.
Kryjem sa.
Alright, it says there's ammunition for somewhere.
Zaujímam pozíciu.
Hopefully we didn't, like, explode it on stuff. Because ammo would be helpful.
Som na ceste.
Ah,
Áno,
ammunition.
hľadám kryt. Ako rozkážete, pane?
Ten, kdo tady nechal všechnu tu munici, musí být velmi zdatný s bajonetem.
No, keď mi v guľomete dôjde munícia, je to len bremeno. Jednoducho by som privolal delostrelecký útok.
Alright. Oh, happy Coco. Just seeing your first time chat. Thank you for joining in. So we successfully completed all main objectives, right? Antonin definitely gets a medal. So Major Gazdik sent us to scout a village ahead. We found the Reds and massacred the villagers and plundered wherever we could. We even caught them in the middle of preparing an ambush on our train, so we had to deal with them. We tried and succeeded. Let's see. Kopek. And Vajek, because the bayonet charge did really well. Yeah, let's see. We did not get the Sailor Sealands. We did technically complete Hannibal the Gates, even though they said we failed. And then we used a fair bit of ammunition, but we also gained a fair bit of ammunition. So, fateful encounter. Back on the train, the soldiers discussed a confrontation with Morozov at the station as well as the violence when the Reds enacted against unarmed villagers. Most, but not all, feel the artillery strike on the Reds encampment was justified. Major Gazdik is lost in thought. From Yosef. I think the Reds are expecting us, setting a trap perhaps. What I don't understand is why. Or why now? Isn't Captain Langer conducting negotiations in Moscow? He is, but we don't know the outcomes of those negotiations. Everyone, get to your posts. I have letters to write, and the train is not going to get us to Moscow by itself. Dismissed. Go to Moscow and meet with Langer, who will serve as an advisor. And we have 3 new legionnaires. Alfred, a scout. Olbeta, a medic. And Dusan, a grenadier. M1903 short rifle, an Nagant, and an SRM 1895 sniper rifle. So, what does that mean? So that's our sniper right there, right? So we have to get to Moscow. Ooh, that's a hard one. So, for Antonin, right? He has Avaricious, this. That's a higher chance of falling ill. Okay. So he has a cook already. What other roles do we have? Okay. I guess the question is, how can we treat him, right? Because we have a okay. So, Bedrick Kopecki, we have machine gunner for him. So if we have to, he can do much the same things. Then Magdalena. If she can be an engineer, that'll be good for us. We always need engineers. Okay, and we're gonna do that. That gets us all up to where we need to go. So increase the health of wounded soldiers. Soldiers are healed by doctors in the hospital car, by local doctors' stations, or by consumables increasing health. And we do have a hospital car, so we should be okay. So, I guess what I would like to know is our squad, right? So some soldiers' statuses preventing them from being deployed. So we're gonna disband the squad. We're gonna create a new squad, right? He's going to be our machine gunner for this one. Alfred, Dusan, Yosef, and our two medics. key where we go. So always take care of your soldiers' health. We have Victor Severa, Anna Davidova. There we go. There we go. We get them assigned. We're going to get them healed up. Alright, so if they're killed or injured, health drops 0, they die. Health and missions. Downstate. Chance to save soldiers to a permanent trait. The time to save the soldier from dying is limited, influenced by willpower. The second time their soldier health drops 0, they die, but if they receive damage large enough, they'll die instantly. Any healing is temporary in missions. You need to provide proper recovery afterwards, as soldier health will drop according to injury sustained. Okay. Actually, we're going to disband the squad for now. Okay, let's see what we got. Combat role and train role. So, cook. Worker can keep the engine running, locomotive. Alright, so we have sufficient engineers. Storage, we have an artillery car. Ooh, machine gun post. That might be useful eventually. Alright, good. So we're gonna try it again. We have a shopping list, of course. So you've been called into the office of Major Gazdik. Captain, as you're aware, we're low on some of the critical supplies. We've got some Sukunichi, but not nearly enough, and we have a long way to go. There is a village ahead called Kaluga. Send a squad there and have them buy more food and herbs if they have some. Yes, Major? I'll send the squad. Mostly food and some herbs and cloth for bandages. Okay. Trade with merchants to acquire. It's possible to find someone willing to trade supplies in many villages and stations. Each merchant has a different selection of goods, but they rarely sell raw materials. Those need to be obtained by discovering POI and during missions. Okay, so let's create a squad, right? Do some. Drap is going to be healing, same with Bedrick. We have Yosef. Kuda is healing. Alright, Lena. And the medic. this how we do it. Okay. Across the bridge. We're going to stop while they proceed on foot. Ooh, that's not good. Good, they're healed. People have arrived at the village and are meeting with the village elder. Oh, goodness. Welcome, soldiers. What brings you here in these trying times? We've come to trade. We need food and herbs to treat the sick and wounded. See, well, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. The boys of the Red Army have already taken away all the extra food we had. Military requisition, they said, for the good of the state. See, but you can visit Ilya's store. He's a good lad. He'll have something you could use. Alright, let's try. So, tell us more about the Reds. One would think everything calmed down now that the Great War is over, but they recruit and requisition like they're getting ready for another war. We don't hear much here, but I'm worried. Always be kind, right? So what do we need, right? Wood, cloth. We have herbs. That's scarce. There's some metal, there's some cloth, herbs. What do we have for consumables, right? Not a lot of consumables. So we at least have something. Maybe pause it again. So they're starting to leave. Good for us. Don't like that gray area over there, fog. Okay. We're gonna pause it. We're gonna edit this, right? So we're going to do 2 squats, right? Could do drop. Coulda. And do some. Plus Magdalena. And these guys are going to form this squad, just in case. And we're going to move forward. Okay. Let's see how far we can get. So it looks like we can get to Moscow in less than a day. Suddenly, a loud metallic clang echoes through the air and the train begins to slow down. It seems the engine's broken down. You see Major Gazdick coming towards you with a frown on his face. The damn thing broke in. Captain, assign some workers to fix the locomotive so we can continue to Moscow. There's no point waiting aimlessly for the repairs to finish, so let's take advantage of that. Send a squad to look for more supplies. We've got a long way to go, we need to make the most of every moment. Hope you don't have any more surprise today. I don't have a good feeling about this meeting with Murrow's up. Well, what are you waiting for, Captain? Get to work. Okay. So, train repairs, right? Yeah, dude. We have other things to do. What are you doing? Actually, we don't need. So I want drop on it. Okay. So we have a forest, and we have a lake. Instead, we're going to add them here. And he'll be a rifleman. Report Major, we searched the area and found what was usable. Alright. Straight hunter. Caught some game. He also found some herbs. But Anton was an idiot. And he ate some poisonous berries. Ugh. God, bro. There's always some silly guy who decides, you know what, I'm going to eat some poisonous berries because I'm greedy. So, as soon as our dumb machine gunner gets back, we're going to figure this one out. So repair lost our ability to keep a locomotive functional into. Yeah, so we're gonna get this thing up to speed first. Should only take an hour or so. Actually, hospital card. Because you were dumb. All right, there we go. So it's fully repaired, so we don't need to do anything right now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all right. Oh wow, I actually wasted a lot of time. That's not good. But we're going to stop it. I'm going to edit. Don't need you. We're going to deploy them. They're going to go ahead and do this because we want to get just a little bit of food for us. I'm not quite sure where to put Kraus at. Okay. We're just gonna try. We're gonna speed this up a little bit. All right, gathering and POI finished. What do we have? Okay. So we're gonna get you guys back to the train. So good. A lot more food. Let's at least try to get to Moscow Station. Oof. Oh, that's how much stuff will exhaust by then. It's burning. I don't like that. That's scary. Actually, let's go to the artillery car, right? Who's idle? Kraus? Ah. Yep, so that's at least part of the map that we need to get at. Goodness. That's a lot. So we're gonna try to get into Moscow now. See how badly this bites us in the butt. Oh, goodness. Spawn interest can only be visited after the train has passed it. Hard difficulty, squad size 8. No turning back. Thick black plumes of smoke rise to meet storm clouds overhead. Moscow is on fire. Through the pouring rain, you can hear gunfire. Major Gazdik moves from car to car, pulling senior officers aside for a briefing at the rear of the train as it slows for the city station. Alright, as you can see outside, the situation isn't good. There's fighting in the streets of Moscow. It's nothing short of civil war. But we have our orders. We must go in and meet up with Captain Langer and his unit. So, we are to locate Captain Langer and then depart Moscow together? This should be quick and easy, right? Let's assemble the squad and go into the city. Do not underestimate the danger. One stray bullet will be in the middle of a bloodbath. And for God's sake, don't shoot first. We don't want to make things any worse. Is that clear? Dismissed. As the senior officers fall out and shuffle past, Major Gazdik grabs your arm and gives you a familiar, reassuring look. You'll be fine, Captain. Assign the soldiers to the mission. I trust your judgment. Have them locate Captain Langer as quickly as possible and keep your wits about you. I'm expecting trouble. Alright. Let's see. Drap, Bezdik, Kuda. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So we have sniper, 2 snipers, good. We have a rifleman. I'm sorry, this is the rifleman. Go chat. Good. Okay, looks like we're okay. Alright, send it. We need that machine gunner.
Čo to? Major, ten vlak sa rúti plnou parou priamo proti nám.
Do pekla červený do nás chcú naraziť. Legionári, pripravte sa!
Oh, shit.
Generál Morozov.
Měl jsem pocit, že se opět setkáme.
Ste klamár a zbabelec.
Jak to?
Zničiť vlak plný vojakov na cestě domů, keď naše národy mezi sebou nebojují.
Dovolte mi připomenout, že jsem vám dal na výběr, majore. Když složíte zbraně, můžete Sibirš překročit v míru. Je to víc než spravedlivé a ta nabídka pořád platí. Ovšem bez vlaku. A teď svoje jednotce neříte, aby se vzdala.
Viete, že to neurobím.
Věrný až do horského konce. To respektuji. Bůh žehnej vaši duši, bratře Gazdíku.
I feel like he's the antagonist of this game.
Zožente kapitána Langera. Musíme sa dostať do Vladivostoku.
Zavraždili majora Gazdíka. Toto nemôžeme nechať bez odplaty.
Alright.
Rozkazy? Jdu do krytu.
Připravený.
Poslouchám, pane.
Povídejte.
Vidím nepřítele.
Alright, stabilize skill. Okay, where?
Ne!
Okay. So it doesn't look like... Well, there might be some people over there, but we need to get to there first.
Čekám.
Let's take a look. See. Right. Alright, doesn't look like we have anything.
Hledám kryt.
Ano? Kryjem se.
Poslouchám, hledám kryt. Připravený. Hledám kryt.
Rozkazy? Ano. Jdu do krytu.
Poslouchám. Zaujímá pozici.
Rozkladám. Áno.
Что это было?
Postarám sa o to.
Nevidím žiadny pohyb.
Alright,
Ano,
get the entire squad up.
hádám kryt.
Áno? Ako rozkážete, pane. Počúvam. Pripravený. Kryjem sa. Hľadám kryt.
Alright, it sounds like gunfire over there.
Tuto pôjde. Ako rozkážete, pane. Zaujímam pozíciu. Vidím nepriateľa.
Что это было?
Ukončím jeho trápenie.
Я проверю.
Zameriavam. Prekliatá robota!
Oblast je čistá.
Hľadám kryt. Áno, pane.
Nepřítel!
Pripravený.
Кто здесь?
Оружие к бою!
Tuto pôjde.
Ano,
Připravený. Pane? Musím se někam schovat.
Čekám na rozkazy.
Co se děje? Jdu do krytu.
Verhoďas! Zaujímam pozici.
Prozatím asi dobrý.
Pripravený. Jasná vec. Počúvam. To je lepšia možnosť, áno. Snáď to bude stáť za to.
Anyone?
Áno.
Didn't get clocked. Good. Oh, the medic's getting beat up though.
Hľadám kryt. Vidím nepriateľa. Kryjem sa. Kryjem sa. Pripravený. Zaujímam pozíciu. Tuto pôjde. Vaše rozkazy, pane?
Что это было?
Idem do útoku.
Что это?
Kryjte! Legioněry!
Zameriavam.
Oblast je čistá.
Ano!
Goodness. This poor medic is definitely getting herself beat up.
Postarám se o to.
Vaše rozkazy, pane? Jasná vec.
Don't quite know what that is.
Rozumiem.
Goodness gracious, that poor medic.
Vaše rozkazy,
just
pane.
can't get a break.
Áno, pane. Som na ceste. Nepriateľ. Ďalší pán toho hrobu.
We're gonna try for a silent kill on that one.
Hľadám kryt. Ukončím jeho trápenie. To je lepšia možnosť. Áno.
Ano. Hezky opatrně. Ano, pane. Nebude to čekat, pane. Měním pozici.
He just wants to jump the fence.
Nepřítel. Hledám kryt. Hezky opatrně.
This instead.
Rozumím.
Jsem připravena. Jdu do krytu.
So I got something else over there.
Zaujímám pozici. Ano? Měním pozici.
Vidím nepřítele.
Já z Gileadu.
Já se o to postarám.
Připraven. Je synem smrti.
Rozkazy? Nebude to čekat.
Ano? Poslouchám. Připraven. Ano?
Oh crap. We missed some stuff back there, so we'll need to go get that. One, two.
Připravený. Ano. Zameriavam. Počúvam.
Postarám se o to.
Vaše rozkazy? Útočím.
Dejte na bablách! Dejte na bablách!
Sakra! Připravte se na boj.
Jsem připravena.
Útočím!
Jsem pod palbou.
Čekám!
Vidím nepřítela!
Zaměřuju!
Ano?
Granát!
Zde!
Připraven, pane. Žádný problém. Nepřítel! Už jdu. Podívám se.
All right. Can't really pussyfoot around the issue right now.
Ano, pane.
You got problems. The medic keeps getting
Ano.
beat up.
Hned tam budu. Zaujímám pozici. Jdu do krytu. Já se o to postarám.
Я что-то видел.
Zaměřuju.
Неприятель. Лучше пройти без...
Now we got a problem.
Měl jsi zůstat doma, kluku.
Bejte na bablách! Bejte na bablách!
Sakra! Připravte se na boj.
Vyzerá to, že jsme v suchu.
All right, I think we got it. I definitely need to do a better job.
Jasná věc.
Keeping these guys in cover.
Vaše rozkazy?
Jsem připravena. Je to jen škrábnutí.
Připraven, pane.
Speaking
Čekám.
of, let's actually get them in cover right now.
Ano. Jdu do krytu.
So, looks like it's trying to funnel me through here, which could be a little dangerous.
Vaše rozkazy, pane?
Už jdu!
Podívám se, co tam je.
Nepřátelské vozidlo.
Tak čo teraz? Do toho zbabelca necháme len tak utiecť?
Major Gazdík by nechtěl, abychom riskovali život jen kvůli pomstě. Měli bychom najít kapitána Langera. Podle původních rozkazů. Už nějakou dobu je nasazen v Moskvě a určitě bude vědět o způsobu, jak se odsud dostat.
Because holy shit, is that a lot?
Připravenější už nebudu. Rozumím.
Zde.
Yep. I am not about that life.
Poslouchám. Rozumím.
We do not need to go ahead and attack all of that shit. Like, that's a lot. Because you got 2 machine guns, 2 armored cars. Those actually should just have machine guns, but as you can see, there's a crap ton. Those actually might be short cannon there. Got a lot of riflemen. Crap ton of riflemen. Oh, 2 sharpshooters actually. Yeah, I'm not messing with that. I have better things to do in my life.
Zaujímám pozici.
Knowing them, right? Oh yeah, they have a huge beaten zone of fire. sniper. You can see a pretty fair distance. Stuff I don't want to mess
Ano,
with.
pane.
There's really explore down here, so we'll just take a quick peek. And we got a lot of injured on this one. That's not good.
Už jdu.
Yep, just get all the way back here. Explore as much as we can. Fighter,
Rozumím.
as always. Oh, we can burgle.
Ne. To nejde. Jasná věc. Připraven, pane.
Vaše rozkazy, pane?
Čekám na rozkazy. Poslouchám. Jdeme! Pane? Já to zvládnu. Zaujímám pozici.
So how do we do that, right? Okay. Burglar. Extra resource from abandoned settlements. Right, who has the
Ano?
burglar trait?
Čekám na rozkazy.
Povídejte.
Ano? Rozkazy?
Vaše rozkazy, pane?
Alright, doesn't look like it.
Vaše rozkazy, pane?
Yeah. Okay, so this means what? I think we gotta get back up here.
Dle rozkazu.
'Cause I didn't check down here. Right?
Samozřejmě. Rozumím.
That matter, we got the whole back train yard area that we didn't look at. Let's keep it going. Yep. Don't want the alarm bells. Don't have anyone who's dead.
Dle rozkazu. Samozřejmě. Ano, pane.
Nepřítel.
Postarám se o to, pane.
Always good.
Už jdu.
Around the corner here. Nothing.
Moudrá volba. Hledám kryt. Rozumím.
This is longer.
Kde je major Gazdík?
Je mrtvý. Může za to ten bastard Morozov.
Takže to začalo. Rudí šíří svou jedinou pravdu jménem jednoty. Z toho bude občanská válka.
Zničili nám vlak. Většina naší jednotky tam zahynula.
Musíme odjet co možná nejdřív. Je tu ještě jeden vlak, kterým můžeme jet. Tady je mapa města. Jestli se dostanete k tomuhle nádražnímu depu, budeme moct obsadit jiný vlak. Dávejte pozor. Rudí nejspíš vědí, že hledáme nový vlak a budou depo urputně bránit. Já tajně svolám svou jednotku a připojíme se k vám v depu. Počkejte tam na nás.
Samozřejmě.
He went there.
Zaujímám
We
pozici.
have a new objective. Yeah, now a lot more of the map is opened up. Very slowly make our way in here.
Hledám kryt.
Vidím nepřítele.
Jdu do krytu. Zaujímám pozici. Měním pozici. Hledám kryt. Jdu do krytu.
Rozkladám.
Rozkazy, pane?
Vaše rozkazy, pane. Idem na pozíciu.
Připraven. Musím se někam schovat.
Počúvam.
Čekám na rozkaz. Hledám kryt.
Tuto pôjde.
Zde.
Rozkazy?
Poslouchám. To je lepší možnost. Ano. Ano.
Кто здесь?
To zaměřuju.
Дьяволщина!
Vaše rozkazy, pane. Aha. Jasná vec. Zaujímam pozíciu. Snáď to bude stáť za to. Som na ceste. Vyrážam. Rozumiem.
Okay. All right, that's the Legion forces.
Vyrážam.
Let's just clear our 6 really quick. Make sure we don't run into anybody we don't want to. Ooh. Those are sandbag revetments. That's probably a defensive strong point. That's gonna be nasty if I water into that.
Idem na pozíciu.
And just confirm there's nothing here. Okay, good.
To je lepšia možnosť. Áno.
quicker now.
To je lepšia možnosť, áno.
Ano.
Podívám se, co tam je.
Oh. That's a little surprising, actually.
Připravenější už nebudu. Dle rozkazu.
Podívám se.
Hledám kryt. Rozumím. Vaše rozkazy, pane?
Podívám se, co tam je. Vidím nepřítele.
Poslouchám. Zaujímám pozici. Jdu do krytu.
Bingo.
Vidím nepriateľa. Kto zjes? Vy, stoj na mieste!
Jdu do útoku. Útočím. Jdu do útoku!
Hold on.
Granát!
Připravený! Hledám kryt. Počúvam. Tak ja to vypáčim. Kryjem sa.
Alright, so I need to get my machine gun healed up a little bit.
Snáď to bude stáť za to.
Čekám. Budeš žít.
Rozkazy? Seberu všechno, co najdu.
Čekám. Už jdu.
Okay, got it.
Rozumím. Dobře, jdu tam.
Rozkazy, pane? Podívám se. Vidím nepřítele. Připraven.
Našli jsme ho. Kapitán Langer měl pravdu. Je tam vlak, který nás odveze do Vladivostoku. Měli bychom sehnat co nejvíc paliva, zatímco budeme čekat na zbytek legionářů, kteří jsou nasazení v Moskvě.
Červení asi nebudú mať radosť, že sa im snažíme prebrať vlak. Tento raz sa ani nebudú obťažovať, aby nám povedali, že máme zložiť zbrane.
that was the Miss Historicus. We just had to sort out what exactly we're having for dinner. We both kind of forgot that we had to cook, so that's fine.
Musím se někam schovat.
All right, so we're gonna put them over here. So we drop. Oh crap!
Už jdu.
Sorry, but what am I looking at here?
Poslouchám!
Zasiahli ma!
Ano? Poslouchám.
Oh.
Potřebuju pomoc!
Zasiahli ma! Hľadám kryt.
Vaše rozkazy, pane?
Poslouchám! Schovám se.
All right, now I got it.
Jsem připravena. Měním pozici.
Připravenější už nebudu. Útočím.
Ano? Jdu do útoku. Čekám!
Ano? Hľadám kryt.
Áno!
Povídejte! Útočím! Tenhle je můj!
Ano? Útočím!
Rozkazy? Jdu do krytu.
Připravenější už nebudu.
Připraven, pane!
Right.
Měl jsi zůstat doma, kluku. Zde! Hážu granát!
Rozkazy?
Připraven, pane!
Připravenější už nebudu.
Jsem připravena. Zaměřuju.
Pripravený. Rozkladám.
Vašu mať.
Ano? Zaujímám pozici.
Jsem připravena. Zaměřuju.
Poslouchám!
Schovám se.
Povídejte! Budeš žít.
Right. So slightly complicated tactical situation, especially because I didn't know that I had people who were wounded.
Poslouchám. Útočím. Ano, pane, provedu.
Zde! Měl jsi zůstat doma, kluku. Poslouchám.
Prokliatě.
Připraven, pane! Jdeme! Tak se podíváme, co tam je.
Ano! Jasná věc.
Čekám! Budeš žít.
Rozkazy? Seberu všechno, co najdu.
Poslouchám, pane.
Přesně tak, pane.
Čekám. Jsem připravena. Ano.
Zde. Jdu do krytu.
Som tu. Zaujímam pozíciu.
Ano?
Don't know if there's anything else around here.
Hledám kryt.
Man, that was a complicated fight.
Vidím nepřítele. Co se děje?
Presúvam sa.
Ano? A teď je to moje.
Co se děje?
No, the hell you're not.
Do krytu.
Ano? Musím se někam schovat.
Što je tu bylo?
Já prověřím.
Poslouchám. Moudrá volba. Útočím.
Vidím nepriateľa.
Ano? Hledám kryt.
Jsem připravena. Měním pozici.
Jesus.
Počúvam.
Připraven, pane.
Pripravený. Áno.
Rozkazy? Postarám se o to. Povídejte. Čekám. Dobře, jdu tam. Ano?
Ano? Vaše rozkazy, pane? Poslouchám. Útočím. Poslouchám, pane.
Jsem připravena.
Get out of here. Oh, goodness gracious. The brave and resilient soldiers successfully all main objectives. The Red Rector train killed Major Gadzik and many others. We had to fight our way through the city, capture another train, allowing the Legionnaires stationed in Moscow longer to escape. We tried and succeeded. Oh, Jesus. Good job, guys. Objectives. We didn't quite get all of our crap that we needed. But we saved 4 Legionnaires. We got fuel for the train. Okay. Holy goodness gracious. That was a lot. Bittersweet farewell. Oh man, we only have 40 food. That's bad. We need to put on half rations immediately. We have lots of money. We have wood, metal, clothing, herbs, gunpowder. Alright. The regrettable events in Moscow claimed lives of Mayor Gazdik and many brave legionnaires. However, morals of savage attack will not be forgiven, or the arrival of Captain Longer and his unit has helped with morale. All is not lost. The journey continues. Upon learning Major Gazdik's demise, the Czechoslovak Provisional Government sent orders for your promotion from captain to major. This is not how you imagine you'd move up the ranks, but here you are. The responsibility of leading soldiers of Vladivostok suddenly rests heavily on your shoulders. The soldiers took the new leadership well, but Captain Longer seemed taken aback. Nevertheless, Major Gadzik trusted Longer to serve as his valuable advisor, and so will you. These are the souls that have joined us in Moscow. Oh, goodness gracious. We have a lot of people here. So we have scouts, engineers, riflemen, worker, machine gunner, worker, scouts, doctor. Good. Rifleman, worker, grenadier, engineer, rifleman, worker, medic, doctor, rifleman, and worker. Alright, so we got 2 doctors, so we can make it work. Encyclopedia entry unlocked. Czechoslovak Legions in Russia.
S naším velícím důstojníkem jsem se poprvé potkal v Moskvě. Bylo to v předvečer revoluce a město bylo plné strachu z občanské války. Rudí vydali ultimátum, které vedlo k násilí. Přišli jsme o majora Gazdíka i spoustu dobrých vojáků. Československá legie byla vnímána jako hrozba, protože jsme byli profesionální armáda bez jasné příslušnosti. Chtěli nás odzbrojit, zadržet. A kdybychom se bránili, měli nás zabít. Jenže nás krvavé záležitosti té cizí země nezajímaly. Chtěli jsme jen bezpečnou cestu z Ruska. Do naší nové republiky. Domů. A v skutku, tohle byly naše rozkazy. Dostat se vlakem do Vladivostoku a nalodit se na plavbu domů. Překvapilo mě, že mi neřekli, abych tohle tažení vedl. Navzdory mým zkušenostem z pole. Místo toho jsem byl pouhým poradcem a pobočníkem našeho velitele. Bylo to neslíchané. Ale tehdy jsem neměl žádný dobrý důvod pochybovat o naší prozatímní vládě. Z Moskvy jsme utekli živí jen o vlásek, ale podařilo se nám zajistit obrněný vlak na naši dlouhou a náročnou cestu.
Oof, yeah. Seems like longer. Longer ain't taken this well. But to be fair, I would not be taking it kindly either. So, wow. So that is heavy to say the least, right?
Majore, informovali mě o vašem povýšení. Já jsem kapitán Langer. Můj služební záznam si můžete přečíst později. Přiřadili mě k vaší jednotce, abych vám dělal pobočníka a mohu-li být smělý také poradce. Takže přišly nám rozkazy od prozatímní vlády Československé republiky. Chválí naši hrdinskou oběť na východní frontě, která pomohla zajistit nezávislost naší nové republiky. Rusko se však oficiálně nachází ve stavu občanské války a naši staří váleční nepřátelé zatarasili všechny přímé cesty na západ. Abychom se dostali na západ, musíme jít na východ. Tímto obrněným vlakem. Z Moskvy přes celou Sibiř do Vladivostoku, kde dokončíme naši evakuaci přes moře. Navíc nám nařídili neplést se do konfliktu mezi rudými a bílými. Máme zůstat neutrální a nechat ruský lid, aby si své záležitosti vyřídil sám. O tom, jak máme zůstat neutrální, pokud by na nás zaútočili, nepadlo ani slovo. Na papíře to určitě vypadalo dobře. No nic, čeká nás dlouhá a náročná cesta. Měli bychom okamžitě vyrazit a stavit se v penze pro další rozkazy.
After the fire, a easier trip in the cities left everyone shaken. However, as a new commanding officer, you know the luxury of being shocked. Captain Longer, who is assigned as your advisor, knows this very well and wastes no time getting up to speed. Major, we need to travel to Penza for further orders. Getting there will be a problem in the wreck of a train, but First Lieutenant Svoboda here will take care of the squad and logistics. Vladivostok Svoboda. My respects, Major. If it may be so bold, now we need to focus on getting food and keeping the soldiers' spirits up. After what happened, we are facing impossible odds. And with the storage car empty and without the hospital car, I'm not sure if... Yes, it will be a challenge, but I believe our experienced new major will manage with your help, First Lieutenant. The remaining concerns the Reds, they made it clear that they will shoot first and ask questions later. Alright. Hospital car destroyed. Treat soldiers, you may have to rely on consumables and on doctors that may be willing to help for a fee at certain train stations. Artillery car destroyed. Strike is no longer available, and resource critically low fuel. Okay. So, we are going to save the game. And we are going to quit the desktop, because that's all the time I have for today. And let me see. Yep, here we go. I am back up and ready. So let me see if there's anyone that I can raid really quick. I don't know if there will be or not. Let's see. They M14 is up. Allie is up. Lestat, but I don't believe she accepts raids. Yeah, we're going to raid into Alley 60 VT. She's from V Fleet. She is a singer. She does a lot of work for the museum ships, so we're going to raid into her. So if you have met her before, hopefully you guys will enjoy her. If not, well, you're about to be in for a treat, guys. Good to see you all, and as always, I hope you guys learned a little bit today, and I will see you at some point on Saturday for more Expeditions Rome. Have a good night, everybody.